Rachel was desperate to play with Baron. You know, it was her idea. And
it's hard, and it's lonely. It's very lonely. I just know that if that loneliness can exist, so can other things, and I will be okay. To everyone who hates when I win, the winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her. And I can only hope that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them, that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
Rachel Zegler's career just hit rock bottom, and it's looking like there's absolutely no coming back from this. You guys, this is wild. After getting blacklisted in Hollywood, Rachel apparently packed her bags and ran off to the UK for a fresh start. But guess what? It's not working out over there either. The audiences aren't showing up, and now the company that gave her a shot is allegedly second-guessing everything. They're thinking of cutting her loose before things get even messier. So buckle up, because today we're unpacking exactly why insiders are now saying Rachel Zegler might need to just call it quits. For good. Just when we thought Rachel's Hollywood disaster couldn't get worse, it did. Like 10 times worse. The fallout from her Snow White flop, way more intense than anyone expected. Not only did she cost Disney a huge pile of money, but she also ended up blacklisted across the industry. Nobody wants to touch her. She's officially become a liability. And honestly, can you blame them? For the past 2 years, Rachel's been her own worst enemy. So when rumors started flying that she was leaving Hollywood behind to try and save whatever was left of her career, no one was really shocked. Soon after, the headlines hit. Somehow, Rachel had landed one of the most highly coveted roles in musical theater history. In a move no one saw coming, she was cast in Tim Rice and Andrew Lloyd Webber's Evita at the iconic London Palladium. You guys, this is huge. Actors dream of this kind of role. It's career-defining, and especially for someone like Rachel, who's been dragging around the weight of a brutal year, this could have been the comeback of a lifetime. Rachel knew it too. She even got emotional about it, saying, "Evita has meant so much to me since I was a little girl. My dad and I would sing 'Don't Cry for Me, Argentina' together on our back patio. Getting to bring Jamie Lloyd's vision to life is the biggest honor. The stage has always felt like home, and I can't wait to make my West End debut. But here's the thing. Casting Rachel in Evita was a massive gamble, and people immediately started questioning the decision. Just take a look at the reactions when the news broke. How does this girl keep booking stuff? I don't get it. Her singing's amazing, but as an actress and a person, she's not it. I guess Jamie Lloyd didn't care about the Snow White mess or the bland Romeo and Juliet reviews. Maybe all the actually good singers passed on it. Like, she has a nice voice, sure, but does she even have the acting chops for this? I'm happy for her, I guess, but I'm side-eyeing this casting hard. Her voice isn't even the right type for Eva. I haven't heard her belt, and you need that for songs like Buenos Aires or A New Argentina. She's cute in West Side Story, but that's basic soprano stuff. Eva's role needs depth, power, charisma. Honestly, Ariana would have been a way better fit. Now, according to insiders, Rachel was desperate to land this role. In an interview with What's on Stage, Evita producer Michael Harrison actually opened up about how Rachel got cast, and y'all, it's not what you'd expect.
Things I've said, I don't absolve myself from that. I'm not sitting here being like, I'm 21, please forgive me. Like, the stupid I've said and done is stupid. But I just want to say, in my personal life, I intend to move forward with a lot more grace for myself as I grow. There is a lot that I don't know, and I won't know it until I learn it, until I feel it, until I understand it, until I can see it in my hands and say, I am not broken, I am just learning. My break is not my end.
He said Rachel was desperate to play Eva Perón. It was her idea. We saw an audition tape, and she was sensational. She worked with our musical supervisor in New York on the material, and the versions of the songs were terrific. Basically, Evita was supposed to be Rachel's big comeback. This production isn't just any stage show. It's a huge deal in the theater world, not just because of its legacy, but because of the story it tells. It's a powerful, emotional ride through the dramatic life of Eva Peron, the very role Rachel was cast to play. Evita tells the heart-wrenching story of a woman whose voice helped reshape an era. Set against a backdrop of social revolution and personal chaos, it follows Eva's rise from nothing to global icon. It explores her struggles with fame, identity, and love, all through a powerful score that blends soulful ballads, electric anthems, and cultural rhythms. We're talking songs like Don't Cry for Me, Argentina, Oh, What a Circus, Another Suitcase in Another Hall, and You Must Love Me. In many ways, Evita mirrors Snow White, another iconic role Rachel was handed, and, once again, it looks like Rachel is proving she can ruin any character she's given, because just like Snow White, Evita is shaping up to be another embarrassing flop. And here's the kicker. The show hasn't even started yet. A quick glance at the official Evita site tells you everything you need to know. Nobody's buying tickets. Even with opening night less than 5 weeks away, June, July, August, and September all show massive availability. And this is at the 2,286-seat London Palladium, with ticket prices starting as low as $29.50. That's dire, but this isn't the first time people have flat-out refused to show up for Rachel Zegler. Remember that viral trend where people were filming themselves at Snow White screenings, and the theaters were completely empty. It turned into an online joke real fast. And in a last-ditch attempt to save the movie and drum up some buzz, Rachel made things even worse for herself. She thought it'd be a good idea to go see the movie with her friends. But what happened was so cringe it physically hurts to watch. She showed up to the theater, and it was basically a ghost town. The whole awkward moment got caught on. Her friend's Instagram story, where they were hyping her up, yelling her name as it popped up on screen. But then they panned the camera around and nothing. Just rows and rows of empty seats. For which movie? Music. Laughter. Since then, Rachel Zegler has faced non-stop backlash for her Snow White casting, and the controversy still isn't letting up. The movie, which reportedly cost Disney at least $350 million to produce and promote, only managed to make around $184.9 million worldwide since its March 21st release. That's a devastating loss. It flopped so hard, Disney had no choice but to shove it onto streaming platforms just to cut their losses. But that wasn't the only problem. Rachel's press tour was an entire disaster. She openly trashed Disney's beloved 1937 animated original, refused to delete a pro-Palestinian tweet, and even stirred political outrage by cursing out former President Donald Trump and his supporters, literally telling them she hoped they'd never know peace. Rachel destroyed her own career. So badly, even Family Guy couldn't resist jumping in. Rumor has it there's a full-on Family Guy episode in the works that's going to roast Rachel Zegler and mock everything she did leading up to the Snow White debacle. Disaster doesn't even begin to cover it. Word on the street is this: Family Guy episode is going to be brutal. So brutal, in fact, that insiders are saying Rachel is scrambling behind the scenes, trying to get the episode pulled before it even airs. Yeah, it's that bad. Somehow, Rachel has landed herself in the absolute worst position possible, caught between Family Guy and Disney, and that's not a place anyone wants to be, especially not when your career is hanging on by a thread. In case you didn't know, the Family Guy team? Yeah, they've never exactly been besties with Disney. And in this upcoming episode, hilariously titled Disney's the Reboot, things get savage. Basically, the higher-ups, aka Disney, their new corporate overlords, decide that Family Guy looks too outdated and needs a total glow-up to fit today's modern standards. So they give it the woke treatment, just like they did with Snow White. And if the rumors are true, it's not going to be pretty. Let's rewind for a second. From day one, Disney's bold move to revamp Snow White, with Rachel Zegler at the center of it all, sparked massive backlash. Critics dragged the remake for being too woke. The classic dwarves? Gone. The damsel in distress storyline? Scrapped. The fairy tale magic everyone loved? Nowhere to be found. In its place was a brand new, ultra-independent Snow White who doesn't need a prince. And instead of applause, Disney got a firestorm of hate. Fans accused the studio of completely missing the point of what made the 1937 original so magical in the first place. But this wasn't just about one film. Snow White became the face of a much bigger conversation. How far is too far when it comes to reimagining the classics? Where do we draw the line between progress and ruining what worked? And if the rumors are true, even Jack Black made sure Rachel Zegler knew exactly how people felt about it. Yep, you heard that right. Allegedly, insiders are saying Rachel and Jack Black got into a full-on war of words behind the scenes. And it all went down after Minecraft's debut completely overshadowed the Snow White disaster. Word is, Rachel did not take it well. Apparently, things got heated when someone told her she doesn't take criticism well, and she went off. Jack was allegedly throwing shade by bringing up that now infamous 2023 interview, where Rachel clapped back at haters over her Snow White comments. In the interview, she said, "We're making things that make people connect with one another, and there are people out there who say things that make people want to fight, and it's just not worth the time and energy." Rachel added, "Choosing thankfulness and gratefulness is choosing peace. And as much as you'd love to remind people that being in the spotlight doesn't mean you're not human, it doesn't always work. It just fuels them more." But now, people are saying Rachel's words are coming back to haunt her, and this Family Guy episode might just be the final nail in the coffin. So, what do y'all think about this new low for Rachel? Do you think she'll ever win people back and fill seats again? Or is it time for her to just lay low and rethink everything? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to check out my last few videos for even more spicy celebrity drama. Until next time. Bye.